Let's now bring in the MEC for the Department of Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs in Limpopo, Basikopo Makamu. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, we have learned today that the process to place the troubled Thabazimbi Municipality under administration is underway. What's the motivation behind the move? I mean, could it be influenced by the fact that the municipality is led by opposition parties?
Thanks very much, Paul, and the viewers out there. Let me say that the decision has never been influenced by any political affiliation, whether it's the ANC at the helm or it's the DA-led coalition at the helm. We have prioritized the community of Thabazimbi because they are not necessarily receiving services out of the squabbles that are there at both political and administrative level. Look, Paul, it's a municipality which even the mayor could be able to stand and say they don't have a qualifying senior manager person and they are appointing people who are unqualified. But at the same time, the coalition government led by the DA just collapsed because they cannot even have the 50+1 in order for. But the ANC as well does not have the majority that will be able to allow them to lead. And the municipality is just at loggerheads, and it will be able to only work if we should be able to put administration there and be able to make sure that the people receive services.
What factors would you say pushed, the provincial government to now step in, because some intergovernmental checks and balances would need to have taken place before such a move was made?
Look, I don't know, and I must tell you that I'm the MEC coming here, given the responsibility for the second opportunity. The fifth administration, I was the MEC there. There is no single municipality in this province that I have visited and had engagement with both administration and the political wing of the council. And it is all the efforts that we have done. And you will understand that before you can even think of Section 139 as the MEC, there is Section 154, which calls upon both national and the provincial government to support the municipality. And we have exhausted that, supported them. We have even seen in a number of occasions sending our teams from the department to go and work with them, support with them. But if I were to give some of the examples, we have called upon MISA to come and help them to do some project. But also the department I'm leading, it's also with the Human Settlement branch. We have gone there. I went there physically to make sure that I work with what councillors, just to make sure that we have got beneficiaries to receive services. But where we are now, you will require a council to take decisions. Some of the legislative responsibilities, like adopting a budget, you can't delegate that to anybody. Like appointing an MM, you can't delegate to anybody. But there's no council who can be able to do that. And you will see that the governance part of it has just collapsed. And we can't watch continuously looking at them and try to support them. We have supported it enough. We think we should be able to
when
do
you say
interventions.
you've supported and intervened, in what ways did you show the support? I mean, I would expect some sort of plan that would see them through and ensure that the support is sufficient and impactful.
Look, let me start by indicating to you that the municipality, since the 2021 local government elections, was in coalition, led by the DA. The council has got about 23 councillors. 12 are from the opposition parties and 11 are from the ANC. It ran very well. The only challenge, it was at the point where a motion was mooted, and when courts, they continued to went to court. The only problem we had was mainly council no longer taking its responsibility. You will know that council has got the responsibility for both legislative and executive powers.
Yes.
And at that level, it was not. And as the MEC, I continue to support them in calling councils. I continue to support them, sending teams to go and support them, whether from legal point of view or from administrative point of view, to make sure that they are able to take decisions within the provided legislation. And those were the evident one which were seen to be failing. And the team was sent continues to support them. We do have in the department a unit which we call a monitoring and evaluation unit, which will constantly work with the municipal manager to support that you are not doing well on this area. This is how we should be able to be supported and do that. But in the case of Thabazimbi, as we speak, you don't even have people in the administration, senior management, that you will be able to support to take decisions, because nobody is qualifying in that regard. And we wanted to show what is it that is applicable for them in terms of the legislation if they find themselves in that. But you find that they can't take decisions because the council has just collapsed. And I think we should have done, or we have done our bit in supporting them in order for them to run the council, but they are unable to do that.
So as you invoke Section 139, what processes will take place to ensure that that process does get underway? Because I do understand that you have set a deadline of some form to ensure that you get some sort of response.
The Executive Council has directed me as the MEC for Coxstar to write them a letter, which the letter they will receive tomorrow, to inform them of the intention to place the municipality under Section 139C, and they should be able to make representation within 7 days. Out of that, we'll be able to go back to EXCO or Executive Council and be able to finalize. But where we are is just to see that we are worried about the committees. Paul, let me say the last time I was in the municipality, I went to the municipality to meet with the community, else they wrote a petition to want to meet the MEC. I went there, I met the DA-led political troika, and I said that I've got this letter, let's go and meet councillors. We met councillors on the 23. We went to the community meeting. The community out there said, MEC, we are here calling you to come and listen to us. Those councillors, 23 of them, irrespective of a political party, they are no longer coming to us to talk to us, either service delivery or to report the challenges they are finding there. So nobody should be able to respond here because we no longer have confidence in them. And in that situation, that is not the only thing that influenced us to make some recommendations, but we said, councillors, can you be able to take your positions and engage communities and make sure that service delivery projects get to run? They have collapsed. They are not running, and there are a lot of projects which are there. That's why we even say we should be able to see how do we investigate on the issues of the projects which are there as we get into the space where.
What are the influential factors? What do you believe is the reason for these projects not to be running and for service delivery to have reached such a shocking state?
It's because the councillors, 23 of them, are no longer representing the community. They are fighting for the control of the municipality and for getting the community that has elected them. That is the main. That's why the council has just collapsed. The instability in the political level, it's irreparable the way I see it. I have almost 27 municipalities in this province, and you will be able to see they will sometimes face challenges, but at least when you intervene, they will be able to get along and be able to focus on communities.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time. Let's perhaps leave it there for now. MEC for the Department of Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs in Limpopo, Basikopo Makamu, speaking to us there about the kind of intervention that is going to take place in that municipality.